I would love to say today is a politics-free Friday, but 50-some-odd days before the election, that's a challenge to do with so many stories every day. And this hour, we're talking to Michelle Pollino in Hollywood earlier than usual because next hour, in the 5 o'clock hour, Michelle, we're going to get to the bottom of the story about cats and dogs and geese and ducks in Springfield, Ohio.
Oh, my God. Come on. I want to go there. I want to go to Springfield, Ohio now.
It's a lovely little town. I've been there before. But in the next hour, I have Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, and I have Springfield, Ohio Mayor Rob Rue on my show. I'm going to ask him the tough questions, find out what's really happening in Springfield. But in the meantime, let the dog and cat memes flow.
I mean, I am loving them, and I don't know why. Who would, and I think it's a winning ticket. I don't know why, because here's my vibe, and pick it up or throw it out.
Right.
I think that him saying that and her laughing at him has at first was like, whatever, but now it's become a symbol to me of him being, and I love that he said he said, people say I'm angry. Yeah, I'm angry. I'm angry because all these immigrants are coming in. He's like channeling the people's anger, and she is laughing at it. You picking up my vibe?
I totally get it. And look, I think the dog, cat, geese, duck allegations are mostly false. There may have been an incident. There was an incident with a cat in Canton, Ohio, which is a couple hundred miles away from Springfield. Somebody may have killed a duck and eaten it out of a park. I don't know, but the ridiculousness of the dog and cat allegations has actually drawn attention to what I believe is probably a serious problem in 20,000 immigrants moving to a town of 50,000 people. So we'll get to the bottom of that. And what I love about the memes is that most of the time I can't really tell if they're pro-Trump or anti-Trump. They're just funny memes.
Yes, they're great memes. I mean, I can't get enough of the memes. I will sit there like at least a good 15 minutes of my day is spent just looking for cat and dog memes and Trump with geese and kittens. That's all I care about.
How many people actually watched the debate Tuesday night?
67 million.
So that's huge.
67.
That potentially has an impact on the election, I think.
I think so too. Not the impact that we think it is, because I really do. I try to follow the people that are on the ground, that are talking to the people that matter. And, I think I see a lot of people in Pennsylvania not swayed at all and still in Trump's camp. I see a lot of people in North Carolina still undecided but leaning Trump. I think I have no idea what's going on in Georgia. I try to follow David Marcus, who works at Fox. He's on the ground, and he is doing some great work. So these are people I follow on Twitter.
Yeah.
Mark Halperin he's all of a sudden become like a hit with his two-way with Sean Spicer and some Tim something. They talk to the voters every day, and I watch their videos on YouTube. And that's where I get a lot of, I'm just getting, my information from bits and pieces from them, from David Marcus. I can't, I love Megyn Kelly, but I love her to death. When she goes off on Taylor Swift, I love her even more. But you're seeing just, people frustrated with this system. And then, the one side expressing that frustration. And then the other side going, oh, joy, joy, joy. There is no joy here. It's joy for the rich, not joy for the rest of us.
So the one source that I find consistently reliable of all places is Polymarket, which is the gambling website. I think that they are.
Somebody else told me about this.
I think they're so far ahead of any polling data that's what I check every day. And I think the debate had an impact. I don't know if it's enough of an impact to swing the election. And I think at the end of the day, it's all going to boil down to about 4 counties in the state of Pennsylvania.
Yep.
I think that's what
I agree.
the Taylor Swift endorsement this week. That's obviously going to grab headlines. I think if she would have waited till like next week to do it instead of the night of the debate, I think it may have had a bigger impact maybe on younger voters. I think it kind of got lost, but she did a good job trolling Donald Trump with her and one of her cats in the endorsement on Instagram. But I don't know that it makes a difference now.
I don't think it does. I think that she is digging. I don't think it does. I think nobody cares what Taylor Swift thinks. Nobody cares what John Legend thinks.
No.
Like John Legend today came out, and because he's from Ohio, and he came out and he's like,
he's from Springfield.
Right. That's right. And he's like, oh no, President Biden has brought jobs back to Springfield, Ohio. Those immigrants are putting jobs back into the county. They're there because people have left. They're not taking the jobs. And that right there is a lie. And it's a lie he was told by, I don't know who. I don't know. I'm not in the rooms with John. But he is repeating a lie because the Ohio residents, I got this off of TMZ, were like, shut up and go back to your palace in the Hollywood Hills. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're not here. The crime has skyrocketed 142% according to FBI data. There's been an increase in car accidents because people don't have licenses. And there's been an increase in healthcare costs. It's just overwhelming.
And all of that can be true, and I think it is the drain on resources, healthcare, education, housing, all absolutely true. But when we start talking about when politicians like J.D. Vance and Donald Trump start talking about eating cats and dogs and geese and ducks, I think there is I think that's a negative towards immigrants, and I don't know that it's helpful other than perhaps the ridiculousness of it shining a light on the actual problem, which is 20,000 immigrants in one town. And again, they're here legally.
20,000
but the bigger
in one.
The question is
the
immigration policy that brought them here.
Right, and it's 20,000 in a town of 60,000.
It's crazy.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it should shine the spotlight on other small towns like Springfield, Ohio, where this is a growing problem. Findlay, Ohio, another town that we'll start to hear more about very soon, where it's also a problem.
It's just insane, and it boils my blood to hear people like John Legend and Taylor Swift speak out and support someone who's hurting the middle class,
and
hurting the working class.
This is why my listeners love you, Michelle.
Why? It is my love. I have an absolute love for the working class. It is who I am. It's in my blood, and I will literally I am not kidding when I say this. I am here to serve and protect the working class. I will never, ever turn it. Like, this is my line in the sand.
Michelle Pollino, everybody. Find her on social media, on Twitter and Instagram at Michelle Pollino. I want to hit a couple of other quick stories, and we'll look at what's streaming this weekend and stuff, though that's obviously what everybody is talking about this week, though. This afternoon, just a little while ago, I saw the press conference Justin Timberlake held. He pled guilty, I think, to a lesser charge related to his DUI.
Yes, driving with ability impaired. And I just listened. I just finished. It's funny you said this. I just finished listening to the press conference. They maintain he had one drink and didn't touch anybody else's. That drink was one of those big barrel martinis.
He had one bucket of margaritas.
He had one giant bucket. But no, seriously, they've maintained that. You know, I thought his lawyer was really arrogant. Because he came on and he's like, Justin did nothing wrong. And this was the right call. the lesser charge. And I thought it was really arrogant in what he said. Then Justin came on and said, I made a mistake, and I had one martini, and you should never even have one martini. You should not have one drink and get behind the wheel, and that was my mistake. So that's what he said. $500, slap on the wrist, and a PSA coming our way.
Yeah, yes, there will be a public service announcement from JT on that. And I saw that he talked about all the options that you have to get home. Dude, you're a billionaire. Why do you not have a driver with you all the time? And I would say the same thing to a lot of these football players and basketball players that also get caught for the same reason. You got billions of dollars. Hire a driver. I would never get behind the wheel again if I had that much money.
Right. I know. It's kind of ridiculous. And again, I'll say the word, arrogance.
Yep.
Arrogance.
All right, so a few other headlines. Do you want to talk about Dave Grohl or Shannon Sharp? I think we got time for one of those two.
Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl. I can't go near Shannon Sharp. Dave Grohl.
All right. So, Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters, Nirvana. Dave Grohl admitting on Instagram that he had a child out of wedlock. I'm not sure. Does anybody care about this?
No, nobody cares. But I want to speak to the hypocrisy coming out of the Foo Fighters frontman, because he has, when Trump did that video with RFK and they used My Hero, that moment made me cry. And part of that moment that made me cry was the Foo Fighters, My Hero, in the background. And for Dave Grohl to come out and another one of those musicians, stop using my music, I don't like you, you're so I find it just so ironic, because he has said that he doesn't like the way Trump treats women. He has said that. And looky what we have here. A man who cheats on his wife, has a baby out of wedlock. By the way, he did file for retained a lawyer, has a baby out of wedlock, and lo and behold, they're probably going to get divorced. That's why he made the statement. I'm pretty sure that's why he wanted to. I could hear the PR people now, get out ahead of it.
Yeah,
get out ahead of it. You got to get out ahead of it. Yeah, whatever.
Quietly announced on an Instagram account that hadn't been active in like more than a year. You gotta own the story before the narrative gets to you, and that's what he tried to do.
That's exactly what he tried to do. And people. Can I do a little astrology reference right now?
Sure. I won't get it, but sure.
Okay. Right now, the planet Neptune, which rules Pisces, it's all about illusion, disillusionment, whatever. It's at 29 degrees Pisces. It's called the anaretic degree, the final degree. This is where all our illusions about the reality of life fade. All our heroes show their true colors. And the ones that we didn't think were heroes show their true colors. That's what's going on in the world right now. And it's not going to, this kind of whole craziness is going to keep on going till I think June is when Neptune goes into Aries of next year. So we got more of this stuff coming, lots more. Sorry about the astrology reference. I know nobody's going to get it, but the select few. Right. There it is.
Michelle Pollino on the Scott Sands Show. Sunday night, Texans and Bears, and on Paramount Plus, season premiere, season 2 of Tulsa King. I got about a minute here, Michelle.
Got the Emmys.
The
Emmys?
Emmys?
Got the Emmys.
Okay.
On Sunday.
Emmys on Sunday, too.
Yeah.
And on in theaters, what can you tell me quickly about Am I Racist?
Okay. Daily Wire host filmmaker Matt Walsh transforms himself into a DEI expert to uncover a world where profit not principle, drives the agenda. In it, he makes a fool out of white fragility author Robin DiAngelo, and also the race for dinner women. It's like, have you ever heard of that?
No.
You know what I'm talking
No,
about?
I have no idea.
Okay, these two women of color make white women pay like hundreds of dollars to take a part of this dinner, to be berated as racist the entire time. It's unreal.
That's
unreal.
Bizarre. Why would somebody do that?
Bizarre.
It's bizarre.
It's bizarre, and you wait till you see it. It's in the movie. It's like, I mean, you're just like, what is happening to what is happening to America? What is happening here? Stop it! Stop hating yourself so much.
That's Am I Racist in theaters, probably streaming very soon, I'm sure. Michelle, love you. Find Michelle on Insta and Twitter at Michelle Pollino. And coming up next hour, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, Springfield, Ohio Mayor Rob Rue. We'll get to the bottom of the cats, dogs, ducks, and geese, whether or not they're being eaten by Asians next hour.
All right, ciao. Love you. Bye.
Love you.